Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bevan's Bricks. Hope you're all having a great week. It has been a hot and sticky one. And at least where I live, anyway, it has been extremely nasty temperatures. And I am trying to get a few things situated here. There we go. Hey, how you doing, Legends Builds? Paul Bott, Brooks Bricks. Legends Builds, como sta? Como sta to you, my friend? Brick Sergeant, how are you doing? I thought it's been a while, and I thought I would, you know what? Try and work on this Plaza, because I was going to light this up with Brick Loot products. So I thought, you know what? This would be a great day to start and doing just that. I still haven't installed this store either, and I was going to make that a Brick Loot store. And a lot of the reason I was going to do that is because Brick Loot sent me this awesome minifig. And let's get him open. Hey, Kyle, how the heck are you, my friend? Alex, hello, hello. Now we got him open. And now my understanding, and it looks like that is the case, they do use official Lego pieces to make their minifigs. And from what I can tell, it looks like an official Lego part. But anyway, there is my little Brick Loot dude that I'm going to be putting in the Plaza. And I also need to get, because John McKinley had also built a build a while back. And his store is supposed to go across the street over here. So I need to get that built as well. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be trying to add some lights and some other stuff as well. Papa's Bricks, how are you, my friend? And thank you, Matt. Matt says this is an awesome build. Brett Donahue, good evening. And yeah, it is kind of rare to see you around, Paul, but it is good to see you, my friend. And thank you, and hello to you. How you doing, Kip and Steve? Hello, hello. I meant to actually start earlier, and I kind of got a late start as usual, but still before 8 o'clock for a change, so that is a bonus for me anyway. Because here lately, I usually don't get started till 8:30. But anyway, let's start with, because we have Bruce Kuhn's build over here. Let's go ahead and let's finish filling this in a little bit with some Brick Loot merchandise, so to speak. I'm just going to do a real quick, simple store. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish, I don't know if you can see it or not, I'm going to finish doing this wall here in white. And then I think I'm just going to put some like Lego sets and stuff on the wall just to kind of give it a real quick feel of it being a Lego store. And I'm sorry to hear that, Kyle, but trust me, at least for me anyway, it wasn't that bad. Dylan White, hey, how you doing? Anyway, let me get some parts. Let me finish doing in that wall. And like I said, we'll get to work on a few other things because I really would like to start doing the lighting on this. I have all my lighting products all set up and ready to go. And I got a plan on how I'm going to try and hide some of the wiring as well. And yeah, I think we're going to hide it coming from the center. Anyway, let me get some white bricks. And let's block this wall in first. It's hard to see down in there. And once we get the wall blocked in, we will start doing some of the other little bits. And then we're going to get to lighting, because that to me is the exciting part, is the lighting. And see, you found the silver lining. That's how I try to look at everything. I know it's not always easy, but got to try and find the silver lining. I think this is going to look amazing, and say hello to my little friend. One of the things I'm going to be doing, and when I start doing some of the lighting, I am going to drop the camera back down so you can get an idea. What I'm looking at doing, because I got a lot of white lights, and I don't want everything to be bright white. So what I'm going to be doing is using some yellow, and I'm also going to be using some translucent pieces to go over the white bricks to kind of help add a little bit of color to the build. Thank you so much, Papa's Bricks. I appreciate that. Problem is with too many cameras, and how you doing, Billy? I haven't seen you in a while, but the problem is if I did too many cameras, there's just not enough screen space. But yeah, it would be nice to have multiple cameras or multiple streams going on for different cameras looks. But Pops Bricks was saying mock-up at the base of Avengers Tower is looking great, and I was saying thank you to that. I'm going to end up stripping that back down, and I'm going to be redoing it just a little bit. But that is giving me my basics. I'm going to be trying to shrink it down just a touch, because my goal is I'd like to get about 5 floors of the white before I did that larger area up at the top, because I want it to look like the base is good and tall, but I don't want it to be over 2 feet. And part of the reasoning for that is because, quite simply, I don't want it hitting my ceiling, because it's already kind of an insanely tall build. Awesome. I look forward to seeing those pics, Kyle. Dylan says he's been working on an airport. And that, hey, leftover lumber is the best lumber you can ever find, buddy. Especially right now. Lumber prices are insane. The prices of lumber are actually kind of why I haven't, because I really want to expand my table. But the prices of lumber have kind of held me up on doing that. Let's see if we can do that. It gives a little better view over the top anyway. That I would not even bother trying to do. If I did anything, I would just build a whole new barn. Raising it would be cool, though, I have to say. That would be interesting, Bill. Anyway, though, let me grab some other pieces. I like Easy Craftsman had made a suggestion, actually, and what his suggestion was is cut a square in the ceiling to raise the ceiling up just above the building. And then once he said that, I kind of got thinking, it's like, actually, then I could put like some Lego built clouds. But the problem is you really wouldn't see the top of the Avengers Tower anymore. And what I'm looking for right now is just various printed tiles like this to make it look like there's Lego sets on the wall. And I'm going to show you guys a real simple technique to make it look like you have shelving going on. It's just quite simply using some plates and also using, and there's another one, also using some of the, trying to think of what the heck the part's called, brackets. Knew it would come to me at some point. Just a few little pieces. Let's see, what else do we have? I thought I had all these in a bag, and apparently they are not. I wish I could. That would be cool if a lumberyard would sponsor the table. I would take it. I live out in the sticks, though, and my only choices for local lumberyards would be Carter's Lumber or Tecumseh Lumber. And I doubt either one of them would want to sponsor me. And then my other option would be Lowe's, and I know for a fact they ain't going to sponsor it. I don't think there's too many lumber places that are interested in oh, wow. Looked up for a minute, and thank you so much, Kyle Dunbar, and thank you so much, Brick Sargent, and thank you so much, Paul Bot. You guys are all just plugging and trying to make a rainstorm is what I'm seeing. But again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. Again, Kyle, Brick Sargent, and Paul. And Brick Sargent did the little cool emoji. And it is definitely raining. Raining cats and dogs. I am realizing that I do not have the variety of tiles that I thought I did. It's either that or I have them placed in a wrong place. Because I am only seeing 3 different Lego set tiles, and I thought I had at least 6. Looking some of these guys real quick. It's been, Dylan says it's been raining in Louisiana. It's literally been pouring here since about 3 o'clock this afternoon. It just finally eased up a little bit ago, but we actually have a lot of power outages around me right now. So I know Adrian, which is just south of me, is out of power. It's, honestly, as far as rain reports, and Steve, I know he's here because he lives here in Michigan with me. I kind of quit worrying about the rain anymore because we had so much rain this particular year. It has just been insane. I actually haven't mowed my grass in almost 9 days now, and it's just quite simply because I'm tired of cutting it every 5 to 6 because I can't keep up with it. And yeah, that usually does seem to be the case, Philippe. The problem is I do know that I have them. I just don't know where I have them. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with what we have. I'm going to mix it up the best I can with the very limited pieces that I have. And I will come back like I do on a lot of things and re-edit it at a later date. I think what I'm actually thinking of, the pieces that I'm actually thinking of, I want to say were actually stickers and not actual printed pieces, I think is what part of the problem is. Because this is my printed drawer, and I'm just not seeing a lot of different cool stuff, but I'm not seeing the stuff that I want. Here's one I can use. But I believe that is actually my problem, is I have these in stickers. Well, it's like, that's funny. I just found an extra for the restaurant set. Actually, I know another, well, that would be more of a record store. I was gonna say, I know another good solution for those of you that have video. Those have some really cool pieces too, but I don't think any of them would look necessarily good on a Lego store wall. Home of the Sooners. And yeah, it's been miserable here the last few days as well, Alec. It's been crazy. And I think this weekend, like Rob was saying in the UK, I believe it's supposed to cool down here as well. It's another reason I've been holding off on cutting my grass. I have that happen a lot too, Philippe. Anyway, I'm trying to think. What did I want next? I wanted a tile or a plate. I need... That's why I said we are going to make do with what we have and try and make it look cool. Anyway, this is what I was talking about. I was just going to take a regular plate, and then I take this little bracket piece. This is just like the quickest way that I know to do shelves. And then what you can simply do, if you want to make it look like a lot, let me get a few more parts. But it's a real simple trick. Because once you take that, let's go ahead. You know what? Let's just go ahead and let's put 2 rows of shelves up right off the bat. Now, if you want to make it look like you have one set that's almost out of stock, we'll just put that tile right there. Then we'll take another one. We'll put a plate on top of it. And then we'll put a tile on top of that guy. And then we're going to take another tile. You know what? Let's make that one high too. So let's put another plate there and then put another one here. And then it kind of gives you the illusion that you have various sized stacks of inventory. And now we're going to take a short piece and we're going to put 2 plates on that one, so it looks like that shelf is just overflowing with this little set. And then let's see if we have another small one. Again, we are just going to work with what we have, so we're going to put that guy there, and then we're going to put another one here. So that's our shelf full of inventory. It helps to add a little depth, makes it look a little more attractive. And in this one little spot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put another random tile that says police, and there we go. Now we have our little decorative wall that we can put behind the soon-to-be counter. Paul Bott says, I have picked up and dropped off several people at the airport here from Michigan. Were they nice to you? Because I've been spreading the word that if they ever come out by you, that you're a real... I'm just picking. They're probably, were they, do you know if they were flying into the North Terminal or if they were flying into McNamara? Brick Sergeant says he was twice in Fort Sill. You guys must be talking military. I'm not sure what Fort Sill is. And you're absolutely right. When the military tells you you're going, you're going. Paul Bott says, well, when I was in the Navy, we got to choose our orders. No. And that's why it's in the Navy. Just teasing you. There's Steve. How you doing, man? Let me get one more plate because I want this one to stick up a little more. There we go. I like that look a little better. Now let me rip this wall down some. This should be a fairly quick process, I hope. I think I can. There we go. Let's pull that guy out. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. I want to come over one from the wall, so that's going to be perfect. And me doing this is actually going to serve two purposes. And that was why, let me put that back down a little. What I'm doing here is going to serve two purposes. And what I mean by that is it's going to give me a place to route my wire, because I'm going to be hiding my wire behind this little panel that I'm putting in. And where did I put the panel? There it is. Because I'm going to be standing it off the wall by one stud. And by one stud, we're not talking to you, Paul. Omega says that tree is tall. Yes, and I love it that way. I think it looks fantastic. And there. Now trying to just show you, this is what I mean by it's going to serve two purposes, because as you can see behind it now, I got like a little cavity. And the reason for that little cavity is because I'm going to be able to run the wires up and through the bottom of this, come out, and then I can start coming to other things. Which what I'm actually thinking is possibly starting the lighting from this corner maybe. I'm not quite certain yet though. So I'm not sure how easy it would be to hide if I did that. Anyway though, let's finish putting this back together now. Real quickly. Thomas Davey, how are you, buddy? Now the gang's all here. Oh, Omega said that tree is sick. Thank you, I appreciate that. I actually need to get back to making some of those smaller videos like that on how to do things just like that. So it is something I do intend on getting back into. I've just been swamped lately. Good luck with a baby. They have a mind of their own, buddy. And I think the first thing I'm going to try is I think I'm going to knock this wall out to try and come up. So let me pull some of this apart so I can bring a wire up and in. At least that's the plan anyway. It's going good, my friend. It's definitely going good. Just busy. But busy can be a good thing. It helps keep the mind busy. It's not what most people would probably say, but that's kind of how I think anyway. Keeps you from thinking about other bad things. And I'm just going to have to pull this whole guy. And we will rebuild it as we go, because the important thing is we got to get down to the bottom so we can get that light up and in here. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. No, I don't want to use dynamite. I want to make it rebuildable. I do get the point of that though. Absolutely, man. Busy, like I said, busy is a good thing. And Isaac Reyes, I hope I said that right. Hey, hello, how you doing? Now I need, and I've been keeping a pile of these on my table lately, just for this kind of situation. I think I want the light to come up here. So let's pull that piece out. Just take that whole chunk of wall off. Now we're down to the brass tacks. Now let's get a light up in here. So let's take this, and I am going to want an extension. Alex Assorted Bricks, hey, how you doing? I am working on this mock right now. Okay, I need a small extension wire. I think what we're going to do is use the 2-in-1. And Paulbot, dude, thank you so much. He said, so I think my next digital build will be in an airport terminal in honor of you, Daryl. And that's awesome. I appreciate that, man. What airport are you going to try and build? Airports, while fun, don't get me wrong, can be a bit of a pain. But doing them digitally is nice. I know I had somebody talking to me the other day about possibly trying to do an airport, and their problem was how do you do it in a small space? And that is where kind of the problem lies for a lot of people. And Isaac, please do not spam the chat. But anyway, that is kind of the problem where building an airport lies, is because generally most people don't have the room to make it look good. And I'm not talking about just the terminal. I'm talking about if you're going to do the airfield and all that. I have seen some people do some decent looking airfields just using the regular old road plates and whatnot as their runways and stuff. But it's unless you put a whole bunch of them in a row, it just never looks right, unfortunately. Anyway, let's see. And I'm wondering how much slack, because I want to give myself enough slack up here. Let's put this back. I just want to point out to people what I'm doing once again here. I always take, I'm hoping you can see this. Holy crap, thank you, Steve. I really appreciate that. He said a donation for giving me so much inspiration, and that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see some of your stuff in the Discord group when you start building it. But anyway, what I was going to say is one of the key things I always try to tell people, and I am trying to get the camera so you can see a little better, is I always push the plate up to the wire first. Never push the outside edge first. You always push it up to the wire, and then you can push it together. If you do it the opposite direction, what you will likely do is you will end up taking that